Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Greene. Today, I've got the good fortune to be joined by Amani Roberts, the fascinating author of the new book, DJs Mean Business. And we're going to talk about how you can loosen your tie, grab your favorite tunes, and get ready, because this DJ is spinning a creative business strategy that'll really shake things up. Amani, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me, Seth. It's nice to meet you and be on your show.
Our pleasure. Let's go back in time a little bit. How did you get started as a DJ?
I first got started as a DJ. I saw Bismarcky. I was maybe 20, 21 years old in Washington, D.C. Saw him at a club. It was amazing. It was an amazing night. I decided that I wanted to do what he did. Initially, I didn't have the courage to pursue it, so I worked for Marriott Hotels for almost 20 years, came out to LA, then had the courage to start DJing. Eventually, I went to school, Scratch Academy, did that for about a year and a half, and my DJ career has been growing ever since.
Well, congratulations. I didn't know that there was a Scratch Academy. I didn't know that there was a school, but that makes sense that DJs would train. So when you finally took the leap and became a DJ, what was the impetus for that? Because you had a successful career at Marriott. What made you shift?
I'd gone through some personal things in life, the loss of a parent suddenly. I realized that, it's very cliche, but tomorrow's not guaranteed. I had this passion and this desire for over 12, 13 years, but I'd been scared to pursue it. And I just kind of said, you know what, enough is enough. It's time to not be scared, at least try it so I'll have no regrets. So I started to pursue it, did a lot of research, went to school, continued to grow, and it's just been grinding ever since, once I got over the fear.
All right. So what do you like best about being a DJ?
Good question. I think I like it best when I'm with a large crowd of people. I put a song on, we hit a specific part of the song, I drop the sound, everyone is singing along, and the ability to move people and take them through journeys emotionally like that, when they can all sing along at the cue, that's my favorite thing about being a DJ.
Awesome. That is certainly a captivating experience. You have quite a few business lessons you've learned. Let's talk about the one you had where you say, how am I, with only 11 years of DJ experience, qualified enough to teach this class at a university level? You've actually taught. How did that gig of teaching at a university come about, and how did you get over that initial fear?
Yeah, the gig came about through just networking. I'm very active in what's called Meeting Professionals International. It's an organization that represents event meeting planners, professionals in the event industry. I'm going to be the incoming president of our Southern California chapter starting in July. Back when I was vice president of membership, we would recruit student members from different colleges, Cal State Fullerton, Long Beach, Northridge, Poly Pomona. And we did a lot of work at Cal State Fullerton. So over the summer, before the fall semester, they had a teacher resign suddenly. They couldn't fill this class. They knew me from doing the volunteer work at the school. They knew that my experience with Marriott matched up with what the class lessons were supposed to be. They reached out to me and I said, yes, I was in. I've been there now almost 3 years. It has been a life-changing experience. It's been kind of coming full circle because I grew up the son of a professor at a college, and I wanted to be as far away from that as possible, yet look at me now. to answer the part about how I got over the imposter syndrome, who am I to be teaching a class at a collegiate level with only 11 or 12 years of DJ experience? I just really just said, I got to do it. So I just went for it and just said, let's do it, figure it out as we go. Read a couple books, talked to a bunch of people, mentors, and just really took it kind of class by class and learned on the fly. And it was a massive learning curve, but I was able to do it and improve. And I'm just grateful that I had the chance and I'm still there. And it's definitely saved me.
Well, congratulations on that. And I noticed you said only 11 years of experience. I don't know what the magic number you had in your head was with that limiting belief, how many you needed to feel comfortable. I'm sure no matter how many years you had, it wasn't going to be enough. You talk in the book about the how troubleshooting at a DJ gig, when the sound isn't happening, when something's not working. You talk about the 7 most common troubleshooting issues a business faces. Obviously, we want folks to get the book, but can you share just a couple of those lessons learned that you had to fix on the fly and how they apply to business?
I think one of the main lessons learned is just kind of remaining calm in the midst of storms. We're all going to go through tough times in business. You have to remain calm and not make any drastic decisions that could forever affect your business and your life. So it's really important to remain calm. I think also another troubleshooting lesson would be we call it signal flow in the DJ world. So you really want to figure out the sound issues. Is it coming from the cords? Is it coming from the speaker? Is it coming from your computer? Be able to follow the signal flow to figure out where the issue is. And that's very much like analyzing in a business where your issues are. If sales are down, is that because you're not making enough calls? Is that because you're calling the wrong people? Is that because you don't have the proper like marketing materials? Like analyze where the problem is coming from and fix that. You don't need to shut down everything right away, but do the analysis, see where the problem's happening, fix that, and then keep moving forward.
That is great advice, which could apply to pretty much a lot of different areas of life. I mean, it could apply to business. It could apply to a military action. It could apply to your relationship. I love how you made it so that that lesson could apply anywhere. One of the things I think was really, really, really important that you said in the book is you have a whole chapter on saying no. Talk a little bit about why that's so important.
I had to learn the hard way that saying no is a skill. And when you're coming up in the DJ world and the business world, you want to take any client, no matter what rate they're paying. Sometimes people will kind of trick or hoodwink you into doing something for exposure, but you really have to be selective about the clients that you want and who makes a good fit for you. I know when you first start off, you're just trying to build revenue, but the sooner that you can get to really understanding who your ideal client is, whether it's me, like I really prefer working with corporate clients and doing that kind of activity, and then mix in a few clubs and bars, but really it's corporate. And then finding them and networking and being in places where those people that make decisions are. Same thing in business. Like you can't be a Houston's restaurant and want to serve a fast food client. It's just not going to work. So you have to know your ideal client, stick firm, stay strong, have the faith. That's the one thing I would say is you have to have the faith that your client is out there and they are going to find you and you're going to find them, and don't have a lack of patience, which will cause you to make some improper decisions, which you will then later regret.
I love it. You talk about, you just talked about finding your ideal client. Who is your ideal client?
For me, it's like any Fortune 500 company that wants to take their customers or their clients or their associates on a different musical experience through celebrations, through premieres, through launches, any kind of corporate event. They need to have music. They need to have an MC, someone to do that. And that's what I do. I can do it virtually. I can do it in person. I can take anybody through a musical journey based on the client specifications. And that's my ideal client.
And then how has COVID affected that business? Because obviously that changes the rules a little bit in terms of what you can do in terms of live in-person events, right?
Yes, COVID has turned the business upside down. I was fortunate enough to, going back to teaching at Cal State Fullerton, I had taught about Twitch and live streaming in class, but I never practiced it. Very quickly, once COVID happened, I had to switch to live streaming, got really active on Twitch, have been growing my channel for almost a year, and just really, I've gone through my own personal like boot camp when it comes to live streaming. I know so much now. Now I host streams 4 days a week. One stream is where we teach people who are new to streaming the do's and don'ts about streaming. I've acquired equipment, lighting, a green screen, gaming PCs, stream decks. Like I've acquired so much equipment and learned how to use it, learned what works, what doesn't work. That's just the technology part. Then when I'm DJing, I now, instead of having to quadruple task, whatever 5 or 6 tasks at one, quintuple task between playing the music, figuring out what song is going next, checking the technology, being on the microphone, watching the chat, planning all sorts of different activities, doing the green screen, all the graphics. Like it is a lot going on, but I have a lot of practice. It has expanded my skill base in terms of doing events tremendously, and I'm so much better off today than I was a year ago just because I decided to jump in with 2 feet and really engross and then just go for it.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Well, since we talked about the pivot, you talk about reinventing your business based on changing marketplace, based on changing customer demands. How you just talked about how you have pivoted and changed the way you deliver some of your services. How have you helped some other folks pivot and helped them capitalize on changes that are going on right now?
I think going back to the class that we teach every Monday on Twitch University has helped people see what's possible. I think also just showing people that, you know, the average millionaire has 7 different income streams. So it's very, very wise to diversify what you're doing. You know, I think gone are the days where you can just do one thing for 25 years, get your goal watch and be set. So by leading by example, showing people that you, like me, I could be a DJ, I'm a professor, an author, I teach, like all those things can help people now to pivot. Like maybe you're used to working in a corporate environment, but you have a certain skill that's like, you know how to do a certain financial tactic or strategy very well. Well, you can create a training class, put that online and start to earn some money on that. Maybe, you know, you grew up and you were very, very experienced at salsa dancing, but you work as a lawyer. Well, maybe, you know, once, you know, in the evenings and weekends, you can start to teach people how to dance salsa. So it's fulfilling for you. You can earn some money. So I think it's just opening up our mind to kind of the side hustle. Side hustles used to kind of get a negative connotation, but not anymore because people realize that it saved so many people during the pandemic. And I just want to inspire people to pursue your side hustle. Do it. You can earn money, and bit by bit, you're building little blocks on the foundation of your house. And eventually, you're going to have a significant source of income.
Absolutely. You talk in the book about 7 tips to market yourself. I don't want you to give them all away. I want everyone to go get the book. But if you could give some examples of some of your creative marketing ideas, I think our audience would really resonate with that.
I think creative marketing, it kind of comes to the basics. Like, I think we forget how powerful email is. So definitely, you know, have an email newsletter. I'm trying to do mine like twice a month and just have some fun with that. I also think that we underestimate the power of just simple networking, building relationships. And I want people to take it further. Like, look at the industry you're in, look at the really, really strong and powerful associations, and go to those meetings and network with people, but then get involved, join a committee. Because once you get it on that level, you'll find that the business will just come to you organically as you are learning new skills. And I think that those are 2 things to do. And collaboration. I think that I grew up playing soccer, played soccer in college. Like, there always must be a winner and a loser of a game. But in the business world, even if you have people that you would think you compete with, you might get more from them if you collaborate and refer and go back and forth, because we can't do it all. There's enough business out there for all of us. I think being live streaming and on Twitch has really enforced this in my mind, that, you know, if you collaborate with other DJs or professionals in the industry, you're actually gonna get further along than if you're just trying to beat and win with everyone. And I think those are like creative ways to like network and grow your business that we might not think about offhand.
Absolutely. What inspired you to write the book?
I wanted to be better known as a thought leader in the creative space and in the DJ world. Once I was able to get past and over that imposter syndrome, like, there are not too many books out there that are written by DJs who are in the space DJing. And I wanted that to be me, and I wanted to use that as a platform to show that DJs are extremely intelligent people. We have an ability to run businesses. We do marketing. We have a high emotional IQ because we understand the impact of songs and music on people's moods. That's a very powerful thing. That's been enhanced and proven to be factual during this pandemic. And I just wanted to open up more areas of growth for myself. Once you write a book, I can do interviews, I can become a speaker, even better known speaker, I can open up another revenue stream. But the primary reason, first of all, was just to become a thought leader in the creative space in the DJ world and then grow from there.
Great reason. And I love how you're branching out into different venues, different types of services, reaching different people that you could never maybe reach in a physical live event in one place. What do you like best about what you're doing?
I love music. I love exposing people to new music that they wouldn't have anticipated. It makes my day when people like either they say, "Wow, I've never heard this song before, but I love it," or they say, "I haven't heard this song in like 8 or 9 years, and now I remember why I love it so much." I also love when through my work on the stream with Twitch, like seeing people who come onto Twitch and are new, they experience one of my streams, they keep coming back to the Monday kind of educational class, and then 2 and 3 months down the line, you see them actually streaming and going for it and doing it and making progress and having success. That inspires me. I really have found that on Twitch, when I see other people succeed that have kind of worked with me and do better, that inspires me to do more. So that's why I love it. And then I'm able to try new shows and new things and expand and take risks and see what works, what doesn't work. So we have like a dating show, a newlywed show. We do all these fun things that I would have never done before. And just the diversity and being able to grow and try things out, it's why I love what I do.
That is fantastic. For our folks who are watching and listening and want to get their hands on the book and learn more about all things Amani, where is the best place for us to send them?
I would just go to Amazon, type in DJs Mean Business. It'll pop up. It'll be at the top there. They can also go to my website, AmaniExperience.com. You can buy it from there. I send out signed copies of the book if you purchase it from there. And then just follow me on social media. Reach out that way. It's at Amani Experience, and that's on all platforms. And twitch.tv/Amani Experience. You can find me live streaming. And that's how to reach me. Just come by, say hello, and we can start a conversation.
Awesome. Well, we greatly appreciate your time. Fascinating story. Great book. Highly recommend it. This has been Seth Greene for Sharkpreneur with Amani Roberts, DJs Mean Business. Amani, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me, Seth. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody, for watching or listening. We'll see you next time.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.